Okay, so here I've got some different fruits from my fruit bowl, and I'll have a look at them. So here's my orange, but you might notice this orange is quite red. Can you see that? Those little dots of red. It's very shiny and smooth, but when you look up close you can see that there's a sort of dotty pattern over it. Now then, when I cut into it, there, that might have come as a bit of a surprise. If I cut this way as well, this is a blood orange. It hasn't got any blood in it, but it is red in places. And if I juice it, you'll see that the juice isn't orange, it's more red, like cranberry juice or raspberry juice. So this is a really good one to look up at close, because you can see the orange rind, and then you've got these red bits here. It's very juicy, very wet, and then the white bit in the middle. So if I was going to draw bits, I would really look closely at one of these segments, one of these bits, to draw it. Okay, so here is a lime, and this time if I cut it this way, you should see the pattern that we've got there. It looks a little bit like a bicycle wheel, doesn't it? And again, when I do my drawing, I would make sure I looked at just one of these sections, and you can really smell the lime. It's really nice and juicy, this one. Now, depending on which way you cut your apple, you'll get a different thing to look at. So here's my apple. If I cut it this way, this is probably what we're used to seeing, with the core here and the pips inside. This one hasn't really got any pips, but you can certainly see that the outside is a nice red and yellow, and then the inside is just yellow. If you cut the apple this way, you get a star shape. So instead of cutting it this way, I cut it in the middle, and I end up with a star. So that's something interesting to draw, and you can see the seeds inside. You can see it's juicy. Now, I wonder if you know what this fruit is. It's quite heavy. It's bigger than my hand. It's red on the outside, and these bits are quite sharp. Ooh, yeah. Do you know what it is? It's a pomegranate. And if I cut this way, I wonder what colour it is inside. There, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? You can see it's dripping juice all over. And then it's the seeds that you can see that you eat. Let's do that. Quite hard to cut into. So the rind is quite tough, but it's protecting these seeds that you eat. Really yummy. See that? Okay. So if I was drawing my pomegranate, I would probably choose to to just draw a little bit, maybe cut a slice off. See if I can do that. And just draw that bit. So I might just draw that to show the seeds inside, all sitting in a little row, and then this bit that you don't eat. Okay, and then the last thing I've got is an avocado. So it's quite bumpy, it's smaller than my hand, and it fits quite nicely in my hand. It's dark green and it's got black bits to it as well, and quite a few bumps and ridges. So we'd spend some time, if we were in class, having a feel and a smell and a look, but it's certainly not as smooth as this pomegranate. Now, if I cut into this, oh, I can't cut all the way through. I wonder why. Give it a little twist. And there is the inside of the pomegranate. So you can see it's dark green on the outside. It's a light green, very smooth on the inside. And if I'm careful, take the big seed out the middle. Whoops, it's quite slippery. And then you're left with this. So you might talk about the shape of it. It's a nice oval, and you can see the hole where the nut was in the middle, the seed was in the middle. And then if I cut this way, there. That's quite a nice thing to draw. And it's this bit that you can eat. And you notice when I peel it off, it's a lot darker next to the skin. It's a lot darker. And then the inside is really very yellow. So that's what we would be doing if we were in school. We'd be looking at a range of fruits, trying to name all of them, and vegetables, talking about any patterns that we see, remembering that some have very distinct patterns, like the circles found in the onion, and others have lots of interesting seeds to look at. That's a circle of seeds that you can scoop out and look at. And then if I was getting to drawing them, I would cut a little section to draw. So, happy exploring, everyone.